Hello, Rita. It's a joy to have you at Greenwich Film Festival. I want to ask first what your film's called and what it's about.
My film is High, Soft and Open. It's sort of a collection of interviews with lots of women, in which I did over 8 years in and around London, talking about hormonal birth control and its impact on their mental health.
Why this story now?
I wanted to make this film because it was a subject that me and my friends talked about a lot, and it seemed sort of like common knowledge in my group that hormonal birth control could have an impact on your mental health, but it wasn't something that was like necessarily reflected at the GP or with medical professionals. But there was always seemed to be a lot of pushback from medical professionals in that sense, and so I just wanted to sort of gather all the interviews and sort of tell the story of what was happening in my circles, at least, and then it sort of grew, and then I interviewed more and more people.
Why are you a filmmaker? Why was this your chosen way of telling this particular story?
Why am I a filmmaker in general, or for this? Why did I?
Why did you want to tell this story in this format?
Well, I went to film school. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an editor, video editor. It's my job. But at the time, I was just a student doing an MA, and I think I was thinking of like creative ways to sort of tackle the subject, and there was no plan. I suppose I just started recording interviews with people, like just the audio as well, no video, and so there wasn't really a plan, but I guess it was like always going to be some sort of video element, and then I developed a treatment for after the first few interviews, and then the film, which took me 8 years to finish. I obviously wasn't working on it the whole time. Like, had many breaks, long breaks as well. But I think the first producer who was working with me in 2016, I sent her the film, and when it was finished last year, and she was like, "Oh my God, it looks just like the treatment." So I feel like really happy that I got to make the film that I always had in my head, from treatment to the end.
I want to ask briefly about inspiration, whether in the form of films that you return to, or other art forms, or directors that you just feel in your heart, your trajectory.
Ooh, let me think about that. I'm so like in my head, because there's one photographer, but if you asked me what my birthday was right now, I'd think I couldn't draw it. Like, I'm quite bad with names and numbers, so I'm trying to think, what's her name? Oh my God, there's a photographer. What is her name? I might have to. I know I can picture basically in the treatment had this photographer. Basically, we're using a lot of stills. She was stills photographer. Let me start that again. What the fuck is her name? Sorry, I'm just annoyed. It's like on the tip of my tongue. Oh my God, Maxi. I think it's Maxi Cohen. Let me check. It's not that important. It's okay. We don't have to do that question.
So I'm going to rephrase that. Are there any filmmakers that you feel speak to you, or any comfort films that you just return to again and again?
Just generally, I'm a big fan of, a 90s sort of do nothing film. That's why a lot of the I love, one of my favorite films is Empire Records, and just sort of like people hanging out and chatting about life. And I suppose, maybe that influenced this documentary a bit, in that all of the the visuals are with people that I haven't interviewed. They're sort of like these reconstructed scenes of where women might have these conversations about birth control or about their experiences with mental health. So yeah, the sort of hanging out scenes, I feel like that influenced that a lot.
On the topic of documentaries, are you following any documentary makers right now, or do you have plans for a feature length or further documentary shorts?
Yeah, so I run a film festival as well, and I run a film club called Offbeat, and we yeah. I think that was submitted. Bone and Cock. God, this is the thing with my brain. It's just like on the under the. But yeah, so I run folk club called film. I run a folk film club called Offbeat, and we do a festival. And the focus of that is looking at Britishness, working life and folk culture, but yeah, mainly just like working people, and sort of like the parts of British life that aren't always looked at, or looked down upon, or so that has definitely started to influence the kind of documentaries I want to make, and there's like a sort of long list in my head. So like I really want to make a film about Holloway Road and the people of Holloway Road. So that's yeah, exactly. Grew up in North London. It's a long street. There's a lot going on. That's my little thing brewing at the moment. So yeah, moving away from women's health for the first time. My last film was about UTIs, so.
It's such a privilege to speak with you, Rita, and I feel so undereducated that I didn't know that you were part of Offbeat. But it's privilege to have you here. Thank you so much for sharing your film.